Hi everybody. Happy Monday. Monday, my favorite day of the week. I didn't even realize. Whatever. It's kind of been a tough day, you know. It's just, I got the Love Jones. I got Love Jones, bro. Man, relationships are tough after not being in one for a long time. Them. So it's like... it's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do about this shit, you know? I think patience is the most important thing, you know? It took a while to get there, and it's just like, I don't know. It does make it hard, though, so be thankful for all of your, whatever you've been through in life, honestly, because it's shaped, you know, who you are and how you move and stuff, so it's, you know. But we're going to do a spread today, and we're going to do it on the alchemy. It's an alchemy spread. Okay, so a 7-card spread. So, true magic in the world, the spread guides you through the tricky and sticky process of transforming, okay? Here's a clue based on personal experience. Only work on transforming one aspect, habit, thought, pattern, emotion, reaction, etc. at a time. This is hard work. Best to keep it focused and not get confused and overwhelmed. Okay, so we're going to keep it focused on one aspect, and we're going to see what that aspect is for you or for the collective. Hopefully it's going to resonate with people. If not, I'm sorry. Maybe there's another video for you. Alchemy, the science of turning lead into gold, but it's also a metaphor for transformation of the self. Okay? So there you go. All right, let's do this. All right, I'm going to start with James 2-5. It aligns with this topic, okay, of transformation. All right, in James, so for all the Christians out there who think that, you know, this is the one, the only book that all that nonsense, because literally, it's not that way, guys. So let's look into this. James, my favorite book. I've studied this book many times, so I pretty much know this Bible verse, but I'm just going to go ahead and check it out. We've got... profiting from trials. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you're encountering various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its perfect result in you, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But you must ask with faith, for the one who doubts is a double weight. But you must ask in faith without any doubting, for the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For that man ought not expect that he will receive anything from the Lord, being a double-minded man in all of his ways. Right? There you go. You gotta, the most important thing there for me is consider your trials joy. Why? Because they're refining you. Why? Okay, because you want to be able to ask in faith. You're gonna have to have faith. That's the belief in yourself. Okay? You're gonna have to believe 100% without doubting. Okay? You can't doubt these manifestations. Okay? Because the one who doubts is what? Drowned, right? Yeah. So you can't ask of God, but you must ask without doubting. That's the most important part. Telling you right there how to pray. So, you know, there it is. That's how you do it. Cool, guys. What's up? Happy Monday. Okay, so here we go. 7 cards. Let's go. This is the first aspect of self that's to be transformed. The aspect of self that is to be transformed for the collective, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, please help me stay, what the heck? Stay neutral at this time so that I may do this reading without judgment or placing any sort of weird, so I can stay focused in or stay neutral in my thoughts so that I can give the most accurate, clear reading for the collective. Thank you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all you do. Thank you to my spirit guides. They thank me as much as I thank them. We are both in this together, so we're a team. Yes, let's do this. Okay, so All right. So what aspect of the self is to be transformed? How that aspect counters to your ideal self. Okay. What is the aspect of self that is going to be transformed? This is the first card out. What aspect for the collective is going to be transformed or needs to be transformed? Take this as it resonates. If it doesn't apply, stick around for the rest of the message. You never know, one of these may apply to you. I appreciate you. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. This is a gentleman with a contract, okay? He has something to offer somebody. And it's a contract or a proposal. So, okay, so what aspect of you needs to be transformed? Maybe your confidence. Maybe your foundation. Like, what do you have that you could offer somebody? If you met the perfect person today, would you have anything to offer? Would you be on their level? Is what you're asking for and what you actually are, do they align? Or are you living in a false self, right? Me and my friend Mitoki have been talking about this quite a lot since the during the retrograde and since this full moon thing. And boy, it's amazing how we can go out through our whole day and put all this fluff on and literally not take 1 second to take it all, to just strip yourself and be like, who am I really? What am I trying to avoid? That's the question you gotta ask. Because you can make up all kinds of stuff, man. So this is what, so here we go. This is the aspect of self that needs to be transformed. What do you have to offer? Okay. Next question we have, how is this aspect counter to your ideal self? Okay. What is the ideal self? We're going to find out right now. Hopefully this resonates. What is the ideal self here? What's your ideal self? Oh my gosh. Whoa, trippy. I saw another card. I think I saw the Sun card, but okay, this one came out. Okay, this is the Three of Wands. This is a very helpful person. This is like, okay, your help is needed. You're somebody that has a lot of know-how. You know how to get there. You know the steps that need to be taken. You're experienced, but you're bored. This guy's kind of bored, don't you think? Doesn't he look bored? He's kind of sick of doing the same old magic. I would say, okay, it was in reverse. So, okay, so how does this aspect counter to your ideal self? Okay. I feel like this energy is super, you may be distracted at this time by, you may be overthinking things at this time, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Maybe possibly overthinking things, or you're like bored with what you've been doing, but it's in reverse. So you're ready to change this. Okay, you're self-focused. You're focused on self. This is what I'm thinking. You're not focused on providing an offer to somebody. You're focused on self. So how does this, what does it say? How is the aspect counter to your ideal self? Well, it counters because this person's, how does it counter? I don't know what they mean by that, but counter offer, count that they're gonna, it doesn't quite align, I can tell you that, because this person's offering, like, okay, I see what you're saying, like, how do they compare? They don't align very well, because this person is literally focused on themselves, or like finding something new to do. I mean, maybe that means that they're looking for a relationship. I don't know. I guess it could go together if you think about it, but I'm not really sure. Let's look at the Three of Wands real quick. Maybe that will give me some insight, but I don't know how it counters. It's kind of a weird word. How does that aspect counter to your ideal self? How does what aspect? That aspect? Disillusion. The aspect of disillusion? Or what are they talking about? Behavior that isn't in line with your core values. How does that aspect counter your ideal self? Delusion is processing of removing unneeded material. Okay, yeah, I guess we're talking about that. Okay, so disillusion is the processing of removing unneeded material through truly seeing the ways of, or your behavior is not supporting your core ideas, and clearly seeing exactly what kind of energy your actions are putting into the world. Instead, you can start eliminating what you no longer want. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to scream. Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry, I had to do some readjustments. Okay, so what aspect of self is gonna be transformed at this time? We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is an offer and a contract that's going to be offered to somebody else. Maybe up until this point, you have been holding back from doing that for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and see. We got the second card. This is disillusion. How is the aspect counter your ideal self? Disillusion is the processing of removing unneeded material. Though truly seeing the ways of your behavior as not supporting your core ideas and clearly seeing exactly what kind of energy your actions are putting into the world instead, you can start eliminating what you no longer want, okay? So, yeah, so we have this, the card that came out for this is the Three of Wands, right? And this is new alignment. This is new partners, new prospects, in business. So you may be changing that at this time to align more with what your core values are or what you believe you want, what you're focusing on, what your goal is. He looks bored to me in this. I think you could be bored at this time with what you've been doing. You don't really see, you're not seeing the magic. You're not seeing the spell isn't playing out the way you want. Something's not going well, and I think you're ready to realign with different energies that align more with your core values. All right. So, new contracts are here. A new opportunity to realign yourself. Okay? All right, so 1, 2, let's do card number 3. Card number 3 is separation. What is the main way you express the aspect to be transformed? Okay, what is the main way that you express the aspect that needs to be transformed? Separation is the process of separating and identifying materials in order to clearly see and assess them. We all have learned behaviors and authentic behaviors. We all have learned behaviors and we have authentic behaviors. If we are lucky, they are the same thing. Yeah, that is not the same thing for me. Most people that I grew up in a narcissistic household. I literally didn't know, or I didn't realize that none of my core values aligned with actually my subconscious mind. So I had to do a lot of work on this already, like prior to this reading, obviously. But if this is just an introduction for you, or if you've maybe been already working towards this, okay? So it says, we have learned behaviors and authentic behaviors. We are lucky when they both are the same, but mostly they are different, yes. And here where many of our struggles come from, yep. This step encourages you to look at your behaviors closely so that you can decide whether they're authentic and which you do out of obligation or fear of just habit. Exactly. Or of what people are going to think if you quit your job, and you're trusting that it's the right move because Spirit's been telling you and your heart's been telling you, your higher self, you have been telling you to quit. But you don't do it because you're afraid what society's going to think, right? All right, so what is it? What is this one thing? What is the act? Okay, so it says this is separation. What is the main way you're expressing the aspect to be transformed? Which is the main you're expressing? Okay, so this is the main way that you're expressing this to be transformed. All right, here we go. This is it. Oh my gosh, it already came out. This is what's expressing to be transformed. Oh, the Knight of Wands. He's busy, busy, busy. Okay, maybe this is like a wasted time. Maybe you spend a lot of time going back and forth like you're OCD or something. Like you have all these rituals and they're taking up tons of time. And they're one of the things that you need to get rid of so that you can transform into your more authentic self, or the goals that you have set for yourself that don't align with your subconscious mind. Okay, so this is something maybe you need to get rid of, right? Is that what they're saying, right? Yeah, you need to separate yourself from this busy energy that's not really doing much, right? Not getting much done, but you're awfully, it's one of those people that's like, oh, I'm so busy. I just wish, they're like fake busy. They're really busy doing a bunch of stuff they shouldn't be doing. All right, got it. Cool. I like that. So number 4, conjunction. This is a new awareness about the aspect that needs to be transformed. Okay, this is a new awareness, the aspect that needs to be transformed. Conjunction is the process of letting everything simmer for a while. You may think that all your thoughts and feelings have been materialized and sorted, but there is still more. You've cleared some aspects and cleared some space and created some clearly. And now comes the hard part. Waiting patiently and quietly, paying attention to whatever thoughts and feelings bubble up from your unconscious, so that's what I was telling you, and pop up into your conscious as well. Okay, so you're looking at your conscious and your subconscious thoughts about this. Okay, about what you want to realign here. Yeah, it's definitely like you want to take action towards, you really want to become active. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hermit card comes out or something. Here we go. Let's see. So this is the conjunction. New awareness about the aspect to be transformed. New awareness. What's this new awareness? New awareness of this aspect that needs to be transformed. What's this new awareness of the aspect that needs to be transformed? Ah, the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. All these different options, right? They're still all just in your imagination, right? All right, you have, yeah, all the elements, earth, fire, water, but you haven't quite done anything yet with them. Look, she's still sitting there, pondering. Da 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 da. Okay. Conjunction, new awareness about the aspects. So you're really figuring out what these are. A new awareness of the aspects that need to be transformed. These are the aspects that need to stop daydreaming. You got to stop dreaming so much and get some action going, right? Okay, so number 5. Fermentation, release of the old, rebirth of the new. Okay. Yeah, transformation, release of the old, and rebirth into the new. All right, what is this? Let's get a card for that. Rebirth to the old and into the new. What are we doing here? What's the death to the old, into the new? Ooh, okay. On a Sunday. Oh, the Queen of Wands is here. She's the most beautiful queen in the deck. Alright, so the Queen of Wands. What are you getting rid of here? Alright, this is purification. Oh no, this is fermentation. Release of the old, rebirth of the new. The process of fermenting begins with the decomposition of your old self. Concludes a new version and a new life. Alright, maybe you see yourself as the Queen of Wands. Let's look at the Queen of Wands here. She's a mature woman. Very beautiful. She's in the upright here, so that's good. The Queen of Wands. She's very magical. What does she want to change here? What does she want to change? Dreaming. Alright. A woman who has an attractive personality and draws people to her. Yeah, maybe it's like you really want to start being recognized for like the things you have inside. You have all these other talents and skills, but everyone just thinks you're pretty. Yeah. Fair hair, fair eyes, loves her home and nature too. A woman of her maturity has a sensible attitude and can be the most helpful with good advice. Okay? If either page, knight, or king is next to her in the spread, she usually is connected with one of them. No, we have a knight here. We have a knight, and we have 2 knights actually. So those might be I don't know. All right, we'll look into that. But don't be afraid to ask this lady for assistance. She will help if she can. All right. Maybe this is what you want to be more like. Okay, more helpful, a better friend, somebody more reliable and helpful. Or maybe this is what you're trying to get away from. Maybe you're trying to get away from being so helpful to others and really start focusing on being helpful to you and your goals, right? You can see this either way. Take it how it resonates. Sometimes we give too much, okay, and we lose the track because we get that so gratifying, you know, it's gratifying to help other people, but sometimes it's keeping you from pursuing these things that you want to accomplish in life, and you only, you know what I mean? And you're stalling, you know, for I don't know, unless this is your true authentic self and this is what you want. Not everybody wants to be beautiful, just be a beautiful and so helpful and and just like the little trophy wife, right? Or something. The trophy wife with some good advice. Maybe there's something you want to do. You want to travel to another country or something. You know what I mean? Just definitely more. You feel like there's more for you. All right, so here we go. We have a new awareness. Okay, so this is the purification, okay? The purification to what to expect when an aspect is to be transformed dies. So purification, what to expect when the aspect to be transformed dies. What to expect when the aspect purification. What to expect when the aspect to be transformed dies. The aspect, okay? Got it. So this is, yeah, this is you coming into what you want, right? Maybe you are working on your health. You're working on your body. You're working out. Something like this. You're working on your looks. You're working on your presence with people. You know, trying to be more approachable, right? Okay? It can go either way, guys. Okay, so right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, no, this is the fermentation, release of the old and rebirth into the new. The process of fermentation begins with the decomposition of your older self and concludes a new version in your new life. Okay, getting rid of the old into the new. Okay, we have now this is the purification. What to expect when the aspect is being transformed dies. 5A and 5B. Do I pull cards for these? Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull 2 cards for these. All right. Okay, so this is 5. Got it. And then there's 5A. This is the release of the old. Okay, then we're going to do what to expect when the aspect transformed dies. Okay, this is what to expect. Tower moment. What to expect when... Oh, shit, this is the next card out. That's crazy. Wait, hold on. Crazy.
Other than that.
That's a pretty good one. I like that. I think it was. I should take it, huh? It's all right. Got the devil here. All right, what to expect when this thing you actually shake it, right? What to expect? Let me just keep this close. What to expect? Yeah, what to expect when the aspect is transformed actually dies. All right, so this is how it's going to feel when it actually dies. You can imagine this. You can use your imagination to do this as well. Imagine it putting a death to this old way that is holding you back. Let's see. What is this? What is it like when this part dies? Damn. You feel like detached. You feel left out because you've been so used to using this as a crutch for so long. You've used this thing that's holding you back for so long, and you're ready to face it. You're ready to get rid of it. But you know what? Guess what? It's like Stockholm Syndrome, right? You feel out in the cold. You're scared. You don't, it's this new, you're not used to being out in the cold and homeless. You're used to being in that warm house, cozy, all wrapped up in the fluff. All comfortable in your fluff until you're not comfortable, right? And you know that there's more that you should be doing, and you just are not fulfilled. So you took yourself out in the cold. There you go. What is it going to feel like? You're going to feel like you're left out in the cold, okay? It's not going to feel good. All right, so, but that's okay. It's going to get better. All right, so 6 is distillation. How to best support the nature and nurture your rebirth. The process of integrating the material of ourselves back into a whole for this inner alchemy work. Distillation means engaging in in practices and behaviors that reflect your new emerging self. All right, let's see, what are these new practices, new behaviors? What does this look like? What is your new behavior? What should your new behavior be now that you've done this? Okay. All right, you have the 8 of Cups. Oh no, this is the 7 of Cups. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, this is like you're counting all the things that you're looking at, everything that you have. You're kind of taking a stock, taking inventory. This is like all of the things possible, you're daydreaming on this one. Okay, got it. All right, so this is distillation. How to best support and nurture your rebirth. Distillation is a process of integrating the material of ourselves back into a whole. All right, these are all the parts of self that you have to integrate back. 7 different cups, 7 different aspects of yourself that you're trying to transform here. You have quite a few, so it could be a lengthy process. Okay. Very interesting. Last energy is 7. Oh, shoot. Why do I try to do things with one hand? I think I'm a hero, baby. All right, 7 is coagulation. Your new transformed self. Coagulation is the process whereby 2 opposites become one. Your ideal self and your everyday actual self. This goes to work, cleans the house, runs errands, and so on, and so in harmony with your new self. Okay. It's about integrating, not getting rid of, right? This is what I'm trying to grasp. I know the principle, but I literally still do this bullshit. I still do this bullshit thinking I'm fooling somebody. I'm actually fooling myself. I literally got fooled. Like, oh shit, I thought I had gotten a lot further than I had, you know? It's pretty crazy. Alright, this is what it's gonna look like. This is what final you looks like, all integrated and fucking stoked on your shit. The King of Cups is here. Alright, this is a guy with good advice. Alright, he's stable in all his ways. This man is a shoulder to cry on. He gives good advice. He's stable. Sound man. Very responsible. People look up to him. Everybody likes to talk to the King of Cups. Alright? These are the people that all the kids want to go hang out at their house, right? They got all the cool shit. Alright, guys. Good communicators. This is the final. That was our spread. I liked it. That's a really good one. I think I should do that more often. I should do that every day. Every day we got to do this, guys. Strip ourselves and figure out what's really going on. Well, thank you for joining me. Please hit the like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And have a good one. Mwah. I love you.